Don't you want gains, baby? Da, 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 da. Don't you want cash? Oh! Welcome, people, to another special episode. Here with me, the Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency, live from the Church of Suppotology, delivering to you the best in crypto mass. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you tips on how to be the best performing individual in cryptocurrency. Why? Because these are tips that I have personally mastered in my time, and I'm going to be showing you exact proof in the pudding. Okay, so if you are excited to learn exactly 320x gains, then you will watch this video, and I tell you, it will change your perspective. So, I hope that you are strapped in, because this is something you do not learn from anybody else other than the Suppoman. So if you love content like this, make sure that you smash the like on this video, make sure that you subscribe and be part of the congregation of the Church of Suppotology, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on live videos, which are the best videos to capture the Suppoman on. So, Mexico, we are in a bull market, people, and it is absolutely the best time to be able to get this knowledge. So let me just say hello to you people right now. So we have got Brian was first, just pipped Bitcoin to the first commenter. Then Bitcoin, Chris Marks, Michael, Joe, BTC Motivation, Deharaj, David, Roberto, Gevo, Samuel, Eugene, Eugen, Alicia, David, John, Bendick, Abdul, Daniel, Renee, Craig, Adrian, Lindsay, USA Local SEO, Bitcoin Whole Coiner, Gideon, Craig, MK, Germany, Beauty and Health, Sergey, John, Carl, Karan, Can a Startup, Katie for Wealth. Let me know also in the comments, people, do you prefer earlier live streams or later live streams? Typically, I go live another kind of 4 hours later. So do you prefer now or later? Let's carry on. So, The Truman Show, Katie for Wealth, Aji Kelly, Patrick Stock, Tony, Noreen, Severns. I always start from the top, people. So if you're saying hello and I do not get to you, then I apologise. I really do try. Uma, Thierry, Al Reza, Placebo Gazebo, Faz, Lindsay Clark, Martin Bezora, The Calm Mind Collection, Holt Faz. Right. Also, people, I will take your super chats. I have got time to take your super chats, so make them good, please. Okay, right. Early, later. Now is great, now is better. Early. A bit later. Of course, you would probably say early because you're here now to watch me versus the people who may have only been able to watch later. Morning. Matic upside, circulating supplies, only half left. Okay. Placebo Gazebo, thank you for the $5. Did you have a question? Or is that purely an outpouring of your appreciation? Right, people. So, let's have a look. What is happening? So we are at 2.3, a little bit further into $2.3 trillion market cap. It's just ramping up, people. I think that we have got another 10x left in this market cap. I think that my previous prediction of 11 trillion market cap at the end of this bull cycle, I think was wrong. Actually, I think it's going to be more around 20 trillion. Can you imagine that? It's going to be roughly a similar size to what the dot-com bubble was before it burst in 2000 and I think it was 2000 actually. So let's have a look and see what's doing well, what's doing not so well, and make sure. Oh yes, thank you very much, Dogside GB. What a genius! I had completely forgotten. So I need to make sure I get this stream out to the Twitterverse because it's doing well despite, and that's why I forgot. So, come and watch. Oh, oops, I put come and eat CJ. Come and watch Boom. Done. Thank you very much, Docsai. I really appreciate that. Might have forgotten completely. Right, okay. Later from Johnny Bacco. Well, you're here. FOMO Labs just confirmed they will have a launch pad in the AMA this morning. Also, Fury tweeted about his NFT. Fury. God, man, I love boxing. Anyway, so FOMO Labs. Good for FOMO Labs, gotta say. So let's have a look and see what's doing well in the last 24 hours. Telcoin is up. Nearly 2x, nearly 3x in the past few days. And then Verge, it's just shitcoin season, people. Look at the top 5. Now, the difference being is that it's not just purely on the meme coins. Now it's moving into the traditional cryptocurrency shitcoins. So Telcoin, Verge, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Sia Coin. What's next? Oh yeah, Dogecoin. Dogecoin is all the way down in like number 10 of the biggest gainers. And this has doubled. Just ridiculous, isn't it? So we are seeing quite a lot of the old coins doing really well today. Old coins. Old and shit, or just purely old and not great. Now, I wanted to turn your attention, people, to my watch lists, because I have slightly updated them. Okay, now I've been seeing in my Telegram community, make sure that you join my Telegram chat, because that is the best place to be informed about what is exciting and the cryptocurrencies that we like to chat about on this YouTube channel. Make sure that you join it. It is t.me/Suppo chat. Be there or be a mong, essentially, unless you can't access Telegram, in which case you're slightly forgiven. Otherwise, so I have made some changes because in today's in my Telegram chat today, there were people saying, Suppoman, you really only concentrate on the micro caps. What about all of the large, of which there aren't many, and mid caps? So large caps is anything over 10 billion in value, and mid caps is in between 250 million and 10 billion. So massive area of the mainstay kind of cryptocurrencies that have a decent value. So I have made some changes. So first of all, the DeFi plays. I have added some that you may not have seen in there before. And of course, I've deleted some that have either graduated or I've kind of lost interest in. And then we have the God tier coins. Now, the God tier coins, if you remember my video back in January, if you weren't around, it is still on my Suppoman Facebook page. But that was where I basically took you through what are the cryptocurrencies you want to have a really good portfolio. And it contained pretty much all of these. And if you were lucky enough to get in at the time, then most of these have either 10x'd or at the very least kind of 4x'd. All right, they've done so super well. Right, so these are the ones that I find literally the most exciting in the either large or mid-cap area. All right, so if you are wanting to understand what does Suppoman invest in, what has he invested in, then basically it is in this list right here. All of the cryptocurrencies I have invested in that are either mid to large cap are in here. Not all of them. I would say there are literally only a few I am not invested in. Aave is one that I'm not invested in. Yearn, I still have a bit actually of Yearn. Injective I never actually got in, but I still recommended it because I thought it was very, very good. It just had gone too far, and at that point it was about $1.20. So now I've got egg on my face. So not all of them have I invested in. Yeah, but most of them I have. In fact, pretty much all of them I have actually going through it, reviewing it. So I am actually quite diversified, aren't I, at the moment? So, anyway, let me just take some super chats, because this is, before I move on to the juicy content. So check DSCVR, just part with Polygon. 40k tokens, 2 million market cap. Only 200 hodlers. Have a look later. Why later? Let's have a look now. So I like that. Reverse psychology. DSCVR. Is that why? Because it's not actually there. Let me have a look. DSCVR. Are they not on? Oh, here we are. DSCVR Finance? 57,000 trade volume. If these are the ones, then... Surprised it doesn't have a fully diluted market cap. Let me just go on the basis of its fully diluted market cap. So 30, let's say $39. 39 times. It's 3.8 million, so this probably is the one that you mean. Just partnered up with Polygon. Yeah, but a lot of cryptocurrencies partner up with Polygon so that they make their platform work faster. Maybe worth doing a deeper dive, but even at a 2 million market cap, you know, I'm not necessarily going to invest just for that. The hub for DeFi investors. Discover the future of DeFi. This is a kind of stock image that I've seen used on so many cryptocurrencies now. Decentralized auction platform, token database with a DeFi focus. Auctions. So look at this. So deployment, token database, information hub, staking pools, multi-chain integration, launchpad. Once you've entered into the DSCVR ecosystem, you can access your pre-sales, receive push notifications about upcoming pools, and manage your account from one place. Okay. OKR. Doesn't seem awful. These aren't great. There aren't any dates applied to these. But they're planning on having NFT integration. I don't know. Unless they've got venture capitalists. It's not very... What's it called? It doesn't really excite the right sensations. I was going to say something else there, but I won't. DSCVR. Right, okay. So, no, it's not venture-backed. Just left BitBoy's live stream for me. Thank you very much, 323 Lil Boy. I'll enjoy that. Happy Hump Day from Lindsay Gardner. Big congrats, Suppo, and hitting 16k. Yes! 16k people. Thank you very much for being part of that. And if you're not yet, please do be part of it. Suppo welcomes all to the congregation. Get the like smashed. So, people, there's 441 people in here. If you enjoy content like this, then I would be absolutely delighted if you were to just quite simply, and it's so very simple, it's literally just underneath my face, just quite simply, no, it's not going to work. I'm not going to get my phone all wet. Doesn't work if I nose it. Right, okay, fine. I'll just have to tap it. But you can tap it however you want, like punch it, whatever. But I wouldn't recommend it. Just literally, however you can, fill out that thumb. I would be very appreciative. Pleathery, cross-chain investment platform for open trading creation of trustless ETFs built on... Pleathery? I'm going to take an educated guess and imagine that is not out right now. It is, right, okay, let's have a look at this then. Cross-chain investment platform. 17... Whoa! 29 mil trade volume. 9 million market cap. Is this shit for real? Let's have a look. I'm taking it this is new. It's new! So basically it came out today. 61 cents it hit a high of. Well, according to CoinGecko anyway. And now it is near its all-time high, having achieved a low of 42 cents. Okay. Maybe worth waiting? Let me have a look at this. So, Pleathery. This is a good one, I think. Let's have a look and see what it says on the tin, in essence. Let's have a look at the shop front. The first decentralized cross-chain investment platform for open trading and creation of trustless ETFs. So that means exchange traded fund, right? Which is essentially a basket of cryptocurrencies. So if you think back to indexed finance, that's essentially an ETF, as it were. It takes a basket of like-for-like kind of cryptocurrencies, and you invest in it on the basis that the overall portfolio of it goes up if it contains strong assets. Now, you can get a range from low risk to high risk. Like, for instance, a low risk ETF would be something that would be offered, by Backed or by Nasdaq or something on the stock exchange, traditional stock exchange, where you can get into a Bitcoin ETF or a top 10 ETF. So you get into you basically invest in a basket like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Chainlink, and things like that. So what this is saying is that being a cross-chain platform means that you can use tokens from any of the blockchains. So you can use Solana-based, Avalanche-based, Phantom-based, whatever, Binance-based, Ethereum-based, and you can use these to buy into an ETF, right? So this is built on Polkadot, partners. Really? Kylin, Polka Foundry, Dext, Cyberfi, Stater, not the greatest of partners, but if built on Optimism, which is essentially what I've taken you through in the last 2 days. Optimism is a layer 2 scaling solution that can be applied to any particular infrastructure. It doesn't have to be Ethereum, but Ethereum is one of the slowest. Compared to other ones like Avalanche, Solana, it is very, very slow. Right, so that is where you need layer 2. But in the future, you never know if maybe what is fast now is too slow in the future. All right, so this actually sounds really, really good for a speculative punt if this is 9 million. There's 9 million market cap, it really is, because apparently it's 18 million circulating supply. Let me just quality check that info, because... And this is why you need to join live, because just in case this absolutely melts faces in the next 24 hours, you'll know where you found out. Pleathery. So this was launched on Ignition and Samurai. I don't know what Samurai is. And when was this? May the 3rd. So this was a few days ago. The IDO price was 4 cents. So this has... Well, okay, so it's kind of... What's that? 13x? 13x, roughly. So it's quite high. Market cap was 736k then, so it sounds about right. Yeah, it sounds about right. Right, okay. Stake collateral to create unique ETFs. So this is like... So people can create their own ETFs. That's marvelous. So it seems like a very decentralized ETF. Flipping hell. Okay, so do they have their investors? X21 Master Ventures, Four Seasons Ventures, AU21 Moonwhale. Not the best. These are like the payday venture capitalists. They are the ones that get in because... there's a decent blank. They're the ones that get in because it's like, when you're connected in the crypto world, essentially somebody will come up to you and they will say, "Do you want in on this cryptocurrency?" They're only raising, 400k, and they are doing an ETF, decentralized ETF creation platform. And of course, as one of these investors, you're like, yeah, of course I want my payday. Why not? It's going on Ignition. It's going to be launched into the stratosphere. It's going to at least 10x. So yes, let's get in. So X21 Master Ventures, X21 tend to be behind like BSC Pad, a few of the launch pads actually. Master Ventures are obviously behind Paid. So these two are a given. AU21 are in pretty much every single launchpad token, Moonwhale. I typically would like Pantera or Fenbushi. They are the ones that speak volumes. Look, Lester Lim is an advisor. He's an advisor now on so many. Look. All of these. Advised to Blank Wallet, DAO Ventures, Vortex, Finex Flow, Mahad DAO and many others. It's not necessarily a great thing. But never mind. X4x Trader, the CEO, X4x Trader. Let's have a look, quickie, at his experience. Ah, see, this is a good one. I mean, it's under 10 million. You can't really. The only thing is that they don't seem to have what I would class as VCs that are there for good reasons. Put that down. People saying hi to me on LinkedIn. So he's the founder, retail forex trader, self-employed, SEO London, I never heard of, Schroeder Asset Management, internship. This was 3 years ago. He's literally just graduated from university. But Warwick University is a kind of top UK university, so it's not terrible. Who else should we be aware of? Blockchain developer, ERC, design and implement smart contracts for ERC20, ERC 2023, 721. Senior tech roles in top cryptocurrency exchanges like Bitbase and Kryptonite. See, what's really needed, expert in Binance Chain and Binance Smart Chain, deploying 30 plus smart contracts, developing several DeFi dApps. So let's have a look. So Q1, we're out of. Public sale, blah, 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 blah. Binance Smart Chain. Centralized exchange listings. V2, private funds. NFT release. Yeah, this seems good. Cardano research and development. Yeah. I'm imagining that the reason they have got all of these partners is because they are all pretty much linked to Lester Lim, who I know. So that's why I think it is. But what I find to be the investable qualities about Pleathery is that it's built on optimism. So that means it's three things. First, just off this. Firstly, it's cross-chain. Secondly, it's ETFs. And thirdly, it's built on optimism. Those are the things that are immediately investable. I find that more investable necessarily than the fact that they're built on polkadot, because a lot are, and that it's got these investors, because I don't think they're necessarily the most add value investors. But a 10 million market cap, I actually think that's excellent and a great find. So thank you very much, RC. Beauty and Health, what do you think of DSLA protocol? Right, let's have a gander at that then. And Pleather has actually gone down in value. So like I said, maybe worth waiting to see how this one goes initially. Could spike up, but at the same time it may go down. But I think the fact it's 9 million and it's optimizing optimism, I think that's a good thing. 101 million market cap, so immediately don't like it. 2 million trade volume, so that's a 50-to-1 ratio. Let's have a look at it though. DSLA. Don't really like the name either. APR guaranteed stake. Ensure your stakes against API drops. So this is a DeFi cryptocurrency essentially, and they are at mainnet version 1. This will feed into what I will say about 320x gains. I don't see that happening with DSLA. So, I mean, it seems good, but there are many competitors like Yield and Blockbank. Why bother with something 100 million? Hey, Suppo, 1 million low cap. Could you have a look at Prism Network? Prism Network. I'm imagining this is not to do with... This is not... Oh, no, that's Plasm, isn't it? Prism... Let's have a look at Prism Network. Let's have a GAND. 1 million low cap, 54% up to date. If it's 1 million, then that's basically a 4-to-1 ratio. How old is this? Not old. Not old. Its high was $65. And its low was 33. So like I would say with everything, people, bulletproof price helps. Okay. However, if this is 1 million, let's have a look then. Prism Network. Universal DeFi Servicing Hub. Discover the newest innovative projects. Launch dashboard. Prism gives users and projects the freedom to choose the communities and ecosystems they're part of. Farming as a service. These don't seem like they're live at the moment. Infrastructure partners there with Certica, which is really a smart contract auditor. So I wouldn't necessarily say that was a game-changing partnership, but it does look as if it's view current launch pads. So this looks like a platform where you can discover what projects are, what new projects there are, and also a way of being able to see what cryptocurrencies are coming out on various launch pads. None of which appears to be, at this present time, active. Enable cross-parachain trading. I need to check something out. Which could be relatively pivotal to how I value this. So I am going to have a look at the kind of polkadot ecosystem. This is like inner workings. I think you can publicly access this, but this is like on a kind of deeper technical level to see what projects are currently parachains. No, I was pretty sure that I saw Prism as well as Plasm, but I may be wrong. Well, at this present time, it doesn't look as if it is Prism, but the fact that they were talking about parachains, cross-parachain trading. Mind you, there isn't really anything on Polkadot. Not even with our partners, so maybe I was completely barking up the wrong tree there. But yeah, it looks like it's a place of discovery rather than doing anything particularly unique. Okay, so let's carry on. I have to look on my phone. Okay, no, I don't need to look on my phone. Please look at Parami and Unifarm only in Whale app. Okay, let's have a look then. So are either of those out? I think I looked for Parami and it's not out. Parami means for me, essentially, in what, Italian? Unifarm is out. So let's have a look then. On the Whale app, the contents of which is completely secret, unless of course you get the Udemy courses. So let's have a look then. Parami. The power of me. Blockchain-based ad. Oh, I hate it. Ad platforms are shite platforms, essentially. They never do well. They've never done well, and I don't imagine that unless there is some unforeseen narrative that should make them appealing, then I personally think anything to do with ads is shite, essentially. So, let's have a look then. Now, a lot of people got into ad platforms before. I don't really care who's in it. AU21, GBV, Spark, NGC, GBIG. What is this? Let's have a look into this. Right, so off-chain trusted computing. Parami protocol provides DID registration and maintenance service for users on the main chain, allowing them... Oh, so it's an identity, is it? It seems like it's an identity platform. I don't know why it's called an ad 3.0 platform. The only one that seems to kind of do it... Oh, yeah, here we are. Blockchain operation contract provides trusted calculation, identity verification, and revenue distribution for the whole advertising distribution cycle. In the Web 3.0 era, the marketing incentive dimension of advertising will include user retention and user match. It's not something I'll get involved in, but it's got a very impressive batch of investors. And I think that why they're doing it is because it's not purely advertising. It's more about user verification and having some kind of distribution flow for revenue. Unifarm has got OKX, Oro, AU21, Moonwhale, NGC, L&D, Morningstar, X21. So basically the typical payday VCs. But what is the market cap of Unifarm? Let me see if I can locate that data. Blink, 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 blink. Oh, they're by Oro Pocket. Cool. Right, so if anybody's in the Telegram chat, say hi to me. See ya. $30 million. And when was this? Today. 30 million. Max supply 1 billion. 30 million. So Unifarm, if this is 30 million, then that means that this actually must be about, what, 7 million? What? How much was it? 19.4. No. 5.8 million. Right. Blimey. My maths was way... Well, actually, it was only $1 million off, but you get the basic point. Right, okay. So this is by Oro Pocket. And Oro Pocket is a bit of a DeFi kind of synthetics assets protocol. And Unifarm is where all of these projects invest, or stake their Oro, Rio, Polka cover in order to be able to, and all these other projects, no thanks, all these other projects where you can just stake those particular tokens, and it's got a 9.9 mil total value locked. It's not that great, but it's 5 million. So how long has this been around? Because Unifarm I already spoke about, but I wasn't aware that they had their own token. So I'm imagining this is new. 22 cents. Now it's 19. Okay, interesting. That led me down a rabbit hole, didn't it, Renee? Take a look at UXBT Upbots. Has a low market cap, 50% supply will be burnt, paired with exponential user growth. Let's hear your opinion. Upbots, let me just have a look. Upbots, I think, has got pretty good institutional interest. Let me just have a look at Upbots. I remember Upbots coming up in a video that I did ages ago. Who have these guys got? Alameda. They've got Alameda. Only Alameda, really. They've got CMS Holdings, which is pretty good as well. All-in-one trading ecosystem for the modern trader. Trade crypto, DeFi, Forex, and commodities. This could do well in DeFi season if you are able to, basically, to be able to trade options, as it were. That's what these are called. The website's completely fucked up there. Upbots is traders. So it's trading with trading bots. Rent your algorithms to others. Right. Okay. Not my area. Not interested in this at all. But you can trade with Upbots on FTX, Huobi, Bybit, obviously, Kraken, OKX. Interesting. So they've got some use case. I like it. 50% of supply will be burnt paired with exponential user growth. Yeah, I kind of like it. Where are we? Where do you see Linear going to, Max? About $1.30, I would imagine. And I understand that there's a airdrop coming soon for Linear token hodlers. Check out Finex Flow. This from Jacob. Recently partnered with Coinbase, Binance, and others as liquidity providers. Let me have a quick look at the price of Finex Flow. Yeah, it's no longer a micro cap. But because you pay $20, I don't want your $20 to go to waste. So they have currently got a 25-to-1 ratio. The birth of this was in DeFi season, from what I remember, like beginning of the year. And I remember I thought that it looked okay. I wasn't interested in it, but it seems like they seem to be the world's first liquidity aggregator. Okay. Regulated and secure, Finex Flow is designed to provide users with a one-stop solution with some of the best prices from... Well, okay, so my understanding of this, essentially, in Coinbase and Binance, is that they work with them to provide the data for the aggregator so that users essentially understand where they're getting the best price from. But that, to me, doesn't carry much value. But it looks like if you identify with that, then why not? Super, what are your thoughts on Crowny? This came up last week, didn't it? Because this was Solana based. CRW. Crowny token. Yeah, I think it's a Solana based, right? 10 million market cap. This flew last week. This is like one of the biggest gainers. It was 3 cents literally a few weeks ago, and now it's 7. Right, so this has come right down. So I'm imagining that this was shilled and did a 6x essentially, and then just came right down to pretty much back to where it was. So let me have a look. Solana Ecosystem. This gets attention just to put it out there for being a Solana Ecosystem cryptocurrency. It rode that narrative. Konami just tweeted about possible parachain coming. Yeah, it's undoubtable that Konami will get a parachain because they are already on a Rococo parachain. Receive rewards for engaging with offers you like. Fucking hate these. I hate these rewards platforms. They just disgust me. honest opinion, people, and that is what I'm about. Honest opinion. Just because I say it's shit in my personal opinion does not necessarily mean it's shit overall, although it pretty much is. Wendy's in the house. Good to see you. Mute.io. Let me have a gand. Mute has been another cryptocurrency that just kind of has flopped dramatically. Look at the volume. The volume was never really attractive with Mute, even though it seemed like a quite unique value proposition. Let's just see how this coin has done over time. Yes, so it was 23, then reached a high of 89, and now it has kind of consolidated around about equidistant between the two. So I wouldn't even say this is what I would class as a bulletproof price. 18 cents to 87. Yeah, that is not a bulletproof price in my opinion. And especially not with that, what I would call risky trade volume. Let's have a look at it though. I've forgotten all about Mute since the first time I looked at it, which was around about March, I want to say. Mute. Mute makes cryptocurrency and DeFi trading more accessible to the masses. Imagine a cash app for crypto, but controlled by its users rather than a central entity. Imagine a Uniswap DEX that's way cheaper, more scalable, and has completely private trading, meaning nobody can peek into your wallet. This is the value proposition of the Mute Switch, an easy to use layer 2 swap platform that runs on Ethereum. They use ZK rollups. They move to Optimism. That would be insane. Mute Switch, advanced yet simple DEX powered by ZK rollups. So DEX. So it's coming soon. Voice is the governance token. Liquidity staking. 75% 7-day APY. Amazing. Let me have a look and see who Mute is backed by, if anyone. I think I remember at the time they didn't have either anything or much. Nothing. Nothing on the Whale app anyway. So it's kind of on a bit of a weak standing, if I'm honest with you. Let me have a look into their... Actually, let me see if it's on CoinMarketCap. See if we can find the... Without having to go and have a look for the information. Let's see if we can find it here. James Angel. I bet you weren't expecting me to look quite so long for $5. But I am kind of interested in Mute. It would have been quicker for me to just try and find the information. I'm going to get out of CoinMarketCap. I think that's what's slowing me down. Let's have a look. They got quite a small community. $30 to 35 mil, apparently. 20 million right now. When was this? Right, 20 million right now. So that basically puts this at around about 9 million, I would say. 8 and a bit million. So it's very low cap. Essentially, what it's meant to be is a private DEX with layer 2 built into it. ZK rollups, which... I actually think is not bad at all. Fine back down to $2. Is it a good price to buy now? Well, essentially, like I said, refinable best price is $150. I think optimal entry is kind of $199. Ha! There we are. $199 it is. Refinable have got their public alpha coming out soon. So I imagine that this is going to eventually start trading upwards. So I think that if you get in the $1 area, the lower down you get into it, the better the gains you'll experience, in my personal opinion. I would wait a little bit more, personally, for the price to go down a little bit more, is what I would say. Hi, Suppo, just popped in. We're having a thunderstorm in Kent. Okay, well, where I am, actually, it has been raining pretty hard, actually. In fact, Harry asked me for a lift, but I was very cruel and said no. Oh, bless him. Right, okay, quite a few more super chats. Let's have a look. Suppo, what do you think about Beholder? I don't remember feeling a lot for it, but let's have a look. Quick look. I'm not going to spend too much time. Yeah, there we are. That is as quick a look as I need to have. Hey Suppo, love the streams. If you got into Sear at 3.5 cents, how would you play it? Flip all on release, flip half, hold all, price target, thanks. Well, personally, what I would do is I would hold on to it until it hit 100x. You've basically got... It's not out yet, is it? you've basically got a cryptocurrency that, yeah, admittedly was valued high, but also at the same time, has got massive VC backing and is a enterprise DeFi solution. Let's have a look. Decentralized data and finance cloud for enterprises. Now that is quite a grand scope in my opinion. And this is well VC backed. Let me have a quickie look. Oh, go away. OKX, TRG, Moonwhale, Binance. So this is going to go on Binance. So why? I wouldn't flip any. Personally, I wouldn't flip any. If I managed to get a decent bag, then I would hodl. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would hodl. I don't know. And obviously that would be $30, wouldn't it? So just see where it gets to in euphoria stage is what I would say. Suppoman, is K-Pad still viable since Card Starter and Polka Starter came out? I don't get the question. It's a different launch pad. I mean, the thing that you've got to understand is that a lot of these launch pads have exclusivity over the coin. So if there's a particular type of coin you want, it may only be on Kickpad. The most exclusive cryptocurrencies come out on Polka Starter. But, you know, as far as entry point versus profit, you know, for those who don't want to spend too much, then Kickpad is going to be the best and cheapest option. Like, you need to have, you know, 3,000 polls, which is essentially 9k to get involved in Polka Starter. So, and Card Starter is shit. Basically, I would say if you were going to be choosing between one, I'd probably say Occam. Good morning from the US. Did you see Gary V is launching his V Friends NFT tokens today? It gets you into VCon for 3 years also. I didn't, but I did see he made an announcement on the... I saw that he made an announcement on... I saw it on YouTube Shorts. He probably did it on Twitter as well. So, I think it's just a sign that NFT season's coming back. You know, Gary V is very good at spotting opportunities early. So you never know what that could mean. I've been holding Liquidity for a while now and it's very cheap. Total value lot 4 billion. Maybe time to rise. Somebody said to me the other day that Justin Sun has locked up a lot of value into the platform. And I don't know what percentage that constitutes. But Liquidity is for sure very exciting. It's got a high amount of total value locked, even when you consider that a lot of that may be from Justin Sun, if I've heard it right. So let's have a look and see who this is backed by. Because Liquidity have what I would call a kind of Hollywood list of venture capitalists. However, and that should be good for DeFi season, because it's still got a good trade volume, about, what's that, 12 to 1? Liquidity. So I haven't done a deep dive into this yet. They've got Alameda, Polychain and Pantera. So they have got 2 megastar VCs and 1 mid-tier decent VC. 50 million market cap. It's been, for considering who's invested in them, it has not done exceedingly well. And the reason why is because there are... I think that when Pantera and Polychain got into them, at that stage it was still, you know, there wasn't a huge amount of competitivity. There's a large amount of competitivity in DeFi. They've got 3 million, which 3.7 million in total value locked, which as a percentage of its market cap, let's have a look to see how undervalued it is. I do think it's grossly undervalued. 75x undervalued. That's unbelievable. I'm not quite sure of what their token launch model is. I am not sure why this... Because 2.6 million out of 100 million is a very low circulating supply. It's only 2.6%. So I don't know how they're planning on launching it and if that's putting people off. But this has been as high as $100. And you never know if Polychain and Pantera got out at this point. They'll probably be vested. So they probably won't be able to sell their whole amount. But I do actually find it... I find it weird this hasn't gone up. But it could just be the lack of DeFi season. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it will come down to. Silo. Have I looked at Silo before? And this is from Bitcoin Success. Great success. 10 million, 10 to 1 ratio. Polygon Ecosystem. Okay. Polygon Ecosystem. I think it's quite high. It's gone up 11x in 4 months. And it's kind of at the high point now. Yeah, it's kind of on a high. I wouldn't bother getting into something unless it was a bulletproof entry. And this is certainly at the top end. Apps, infrastructure, and tools for deploying, managing, and using smart money. Ecosystem made up of digital consumer wallet software, applications, infrastructure, developer tools to usher in a world of smart money. Chats, calls, crypto assets, layer 2 person-to-person micro payments. That's pretty good. Let me have a look at this one on the Whale app. Have a look and see if this has got... They're on here. Communications platform, this is classed as. No VCs at all. It's purely based, or seems to be based, on it's being classed as a Polygon infrastructure. Let's just have a look and see how many are actually on that list. But yeah, this is classed as communication, so a little bit like Stratus, Obsidian, and a few of those other ones. Quite a few, aren't there? Like, it's not an exclusive list. Look, Cargo X are on there, and they're shocking. Yeah, Silo is quite far down. Quite far down. And one of the lowest cap. Although GraphLink, I'd say, is probably a little bit more promising. So yeah, not a lot. Not great. Not keen on social media. Crypto Brazil, thank you very much for the 5 CA dollars. I really appreciate it. Opinions on oh come on Conv or Unmarsh moving very, very slow. I don't really understand what you're looking for from that. I mean, it's just playing out the way that all cryptocurrencies are at the lower cap area at the moment. It's just an accumulation point. Brian Anthony, thank you for the 449. You retracted your message. Can you look at Medi? Just got a new investor, white paper and roadmap. Seems a good idea. Just need help with the crypto side of it. Okay, well that doesn't sound very optimistic. Medi. This one? Medi Connect. Healthcare. These also are shockers, to be fair. It's gone up 17x in the last 6 months, apparently. had its best 3 cents. And what is it now? 0.8 of a cent. Stratus. There's a Stratus blockchain cryptocurrency. It's got a new investor, a white paper and roadmap. Looks really good. Come on! Let's have a look and see what volume it was doing at its all-time high. Even then, 121k. That is shocking. It's just one of those ones that seem to do well under the radar. Connecting the farmer world. Looks a bit like medical chain, which I am forever in debt to never ever touch a medical cryptocurrency again. Pharmaceutical supply chain. Prescription medication. Well, why do you need a token for that? I don't really quite understand. I can understand whatever infrastructure. Hi Michael, I completed your Udemy course. Do you mind giving your thoughts on Reef Finance and their project? Seems to be a solid project. Reef, I think, are way too far out now to care about. Now, they are essentially a DeFi yield aggregator. Oops. They listed on Binance pretty much straight away. It's top 150. Like, what is the point? 500 million market cap. Admittedly, it's got 5-to-1 ratio. Available on quite a few ecosystems, but yeah, to me, it's too new to imagine that this has got a much higher ceiling. I don't feel like it does, to be fair. 0.0007. Wait a minute. It's only 5x up in the last 4 months. Seriously? Reef destroyed their credibility with, I think it was Alameda, where they sold tokens to Alameda for a discount price, to which Alameda apparently sold them. I don't know what the update is on that. But as far as I'm concerned, this doesn't have a roadmap which will take them much higher and higher. Like, they're already kind of listed everywhere. There's a lot of liquidity that is flowing into it because of what they're listed on, and as a result, I am not that keen on them. That's my own personal opinion, though. Remember that, people. Own personal opinion. Okay, wow. Just a big load of other super chats came in. What do you think of KPad's upcoming IDO, PINTs, decentralized cross-chain synthetic issuance and derivatives exchange? I think that sounds really good, personally. Let's have a look at that. Let's delete some stuff so that I free up. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Kickpad. Might not be on Kickpad, actually. Pints. Sounds a bit like synths, doesn't it? Like Humans from Humans, if you ever watched that. Pints.com. Let's Pints. Don't like that. Why would you give your website the title Let's Pints? Oh, Perry Finance. Yes, I've heard about this. Decentralized cross-chain, synthetic issuance, derivatives exchange, unlimited liquidity on polkadot. All right, so let's have a look. So they have got L&D Capital, Moonwhale. The typical payday. Oh, they got MIH as well. That's okay. All right. Personally speaking, would probably flip it. And then see how it performs after it's been out onto the market. And then if you do see any promise in it, then probably try and invest at a low. I want to put 1 to 2k USD in microcaps. Any suggestions for a few coins to look at? Yes, go to Suppoman's microcap plays or the God tier. Depends on your risk profile. If you're looking for safe bets, I would probably go into something like Matic. If you're looking for something a little bit higher risk, then I'd probably go into something like Meter. Hi Super, could you have a look at Polkadot's new lottery system? You only need 250 polls. Oh right, okay, interesting. I was not aware of that. Hey Suppo, DDoS only has 888k circulating supply and the price is only 1.93. Do you see this 10xing? Potentially. Like, it's a very unique value proposition, disbalancer. Very, very unique. And as a result of that, like, it could flop or it could do obscenely well. The reason why I particularly like Happy is because Happy is an oracle. And oracles have been known to do incredibly well in DeFi season, and it's one of the lowest cost oracles as well. Okay, could you check out Stratus? 2 million market cap, hardworking and doxed devs. Let's have a look. And while I'm doing it, people, if we can get up to 400, then I will share my pearls of wisdom. So if we can get up to 400 likes, I will share my pearls of wisdom quite happily with you. Yeah, right, okay, so Stratus. Cha. Right, okay. Maybe I'm not giving it a good enough try. It's got 24,000 trading volume, which I've spent more than that today. Like, so if a single person can spend as much as a whole cryptocurrency with a whole community can spend, then that basically means shite. I've never heard of Rory McDonald. But then again, I don't really follow... What is this? It's a shitcoin. How much supply has this got? Well, I wouldn't say it class. It's not quite even... It's not even a billion supply. Charity driven Xavier or Yavier, but looks stupid. When do you think Stratus will be available to buy? Thank you for the question, Jonas. I think probably either later this month. I think it'll probably be later this month, I should imagine. Utrust, I think, will be around about $3, I imagine. Utrust has just done so obscenely well. It's now another... It's a millionaire token for me. Can you please review Cold Stack? CLS IDO is next week. Market cap is... What is Cold Stack? Is it actually tradable? Or is Cold Stack the IDO? Oh, it probably is the IDO. Yeah, it is the IDO. I'll have a quick look. There's no point in saying market cap 750 because all that means is that that's what it is IDO price. Like, Refinable was like 300k, so what? It doesn't matter. What matters is what is it when it comes out, when people can actually buy it. Cold Stack. I need a prescription medication. Decentralized cloud aggregator. Oh yeah, nice. Uber for clouds. First to market aggregator of decentralized data storages. Okay. That is interesting, actually. Yeah. It's interesting because it's unique. And because it's concentrating in an area which I have found very valuable of late. I thought that said Alexander Shit Show. But anyway. Chief product at Prometheus Labs. Decentralized network for data monetization. 15 plus years experience. Prometheus Labs, again, Scorch. Worked at AWS, Google Clouds, Azure. Let's have a look at this then. Wow, they've pretty much got everyone. So they've got GBV, Spark, AU21X21, Vendetta, Solidity Ventures, Morningstar, Kinetic. This looks actually really good. Yeah. This looks really good. This will also have, therefore, this will basically be looking for the best file storage systems from a cost basis, speed basis, I imagine as well. And they have an AI bot, I imagine, which will, based on needs, based on information provided from an enterprise to the platform, they will specify which is best for them. So this will have Stratus, Crust Network, a cache, and all of those probably added to this. Like it. I like it. Yeah, I think this is going to do well. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Thoughts on Pop? Yeah, I've given my thoughts quite a few times now. Overall, it's very interesting. Wow, look at all these super chats. Mika Douglas, are you positive on Mars compared with BTC Standard Hash Rate Token? I think that Mars is a much better cryptocurrency for gains, you know, and also, but at the same time, getting rewarded via the Ethereum hash rate. So yeah, no, I do think so. Thoughts on Xenon Network? Not a lot, to be honest, Squasher, but thank you very much. Xenon is meant to be the Jack Dorsey cryptocurrency, but it's already too high in market cap. Meepad, total shit, but fits with the hype to get the meme coins at lowest price possible. Worth a punt? Meepad. Dockside, you reminded me to tweet, so I will have a look. Meepad, meme pad. What is this? Is this in essence a polka starter for meme coins? Brilliant. Fantastic idea, to be fair. Fantastic idea, because there is humongous demand for shitcoins right now. And let's have a look. Why not? Sorry, I forgot to put in the text. Oh, from Crypto Brazil. Okay, babyshark.space. I'll have a look at that. We launch meme coins. Phenomenal! Great design. App coming soon. So they haven't yet done it. Do they have any kind of tier system? Oh, here we are. Pleb Chad Elon. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, the only issue is that they themselves don't have a quadrillion supply. So let me have a look and see if I can find anything on this. It would be a total shitcoin speculation, but why the hell not? Let's have a gand. Memeage pad. Phenomenal. Right. Oh, that's a nice GIF that I've just literally seen. And I hate GIFs. Right, circulating. 150 mil. What's the total? Oh, total 400 mil. So 150 mil, 15 cents. So what does that make it? Around about 20 mil then? I don't know. Let me have a look. Yeah, 22 mil. Yeah, it's not. I wasn't far off, was I, this time? Yeah, my math isn't that terrible. 10,000 to be a pleb. 420,000. Let's just have a look. 420,000 times 15. Oh. 63k? Fuck me, that's a lot. To essentially be Elon status, 1,000 pull weight. So basically, you should have some quite insane. You should have quite an insane allocation from that. And then let's have a look at 10,000. Oh man, this is hilarious. 3.8 mil trade volume, which 22 million market cap. That is, what's that, 6.5 maybe? Interesting. Meme pad. Interesting. And memes are basically while the trend is hot, why not? It certainly seems to be, this better not be anything I don't want to be showcasing. No, it's not. Okay, that's cool. Baby Shark and Shark Tank merged to form Baby Shark Tank Elon Musk. That can't be true. Token on Binance Smart Chain. Are they actually available? Can you actually buy this, baby? No. Well, at least it's not available on CoinGecko anyway. Working on making NFT minting pools. Oh man, look at that. 1 quadrillion. That is absolutely perfection. This is gonna moon, I dare say. Just simply, if that is a genuine Elon tweet. Let me see. Oh man, fucking hell, this is just superb. Elon has complete control over the crypto market right now. Oh dear. Baby Shark and Shark Tank merged to form Baby Shark Tank. But that's just brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm not sure how much it implies Baby Shark .space. If it was called Baby Shark Tank, then I'd probably get it. Bovril or Marmite, Metallica or Guns N' Roses, Convergence or Unido. Right, okay, so let me answer all of those. Marmite. Oh, I think the middle one is the hardest. Oh, Guns N' Roses maybe on balance. More hits, but I like a couple of hits more than most of Guns N' Roses. But I do love Metallica. And then Convergence or Unido, well, definitely Convergence. Don't delete any super chats. Right, okay, hold on. Let me get up to date. Which coin should I buy with my first 2k for great returns? Not answering. Got to support those shit coins, comments Suppo. Hahaha, made my day. From Christelle, thank you very much. I think I'm up to date with the, what's it called? The super chats, which is pretty amazing. So if you really want attention to your coin, now is the time. Right, okay. So people, let us now move on to if I can find it, which I can't, ATM. Aha, there we are. Right, so let me move on to my pearls of wisdom, because I imagine it will end up being very, very interesting. Okay, so, hold on. Let's just do that again. So let's start from the start. Okay, then take it away. My name is Simpson Bartholomew J. No, let's start from the start. So, as part of my 100x series, okay, because in my opinion, the holy grail of cryptocurrency is to achieve a 100x. Because that means you're putting in 1,000 and you're turning 1,000 into 100,000, or turning 10,000 into 1,000,000, right? Or doing a series of them. So you turn 1,000 into 100,000, then use that to hopefully turn one of those 10,000s within that 100,000 into 1,000,000, and then so on and so forth. Okay, so how do you make 100x? Well, I've gone through this in a previous slide. Okay, so what I have previously said is time equals value, which means that when you hodl, you can be given or see your cryptocurrency pleasurably because of the element of surprise. Because you've got roadmap items, new developments like, oh, we're adding a launch pad, or partnerships. And sometimes they can be very, very, they could be brilliant partnerships that actually could change the overall scope of the project. Listings on either dexes or sexes, and then usage, right? Always bulletproof entry, people. Always look for at least a 61% retracement or an all-time low. Consider if that all-time low is considerably less than its all-time high. One top VC with 3 mid-tier VCs plus a money-making narrative solves a felt pain. Personal interest and connection. And then accumulate if or below its optimal trade entry and hodl to 100x. Now, I'm going to concentrate on one of these areas, and I'm going to show you exactly how that was pivotal to my success. All right, so personal interest investing. Why do you want to add this to your investment strategy? Now, I am going to bring this up because the reason I am bringing this up is because, like, for instance, you just saw right now, oh, Suppo, I've got 2K. Where can I put it into to make 100x? That is not my decision to make for you. Okay. Now, what I like to do is I like to bring exposure to cryptocurrencies that may or may not have ever been spoken about before, that have unique value propositions, typically bulletproof entries or incredibly micro cap, and allowing you to make the decision. Is this something you are interested in? Are you interested in? Not Suppo's mentioned a coin, so I'm gonna ape into it. No, that is not what cryptocurrency is about. Like, if you want to make long-term gains, there has to be a very strong element of personal interest investing. Now, what does that look like, and why does it matter? Okay, so personal interest investing. Essentially, by investing in something you are personally interested in or have an affinity to the pain being solved, that allows you to view price pleasurably or as an opportunity. Okay, so typically when a cryptocurrency trader, and particularly a noob, right? So for instance, somebody getting into SafeMoon today or getting into some shit Dogecoin, not the Dogecoin, but some shit like Doge BSC or something, getting into today, they have no personal interest, okay? They don't care. They just look at the price, all right? And when looking at the price, there are only two things rule them: greed and fear. If the price is going up, they get bullish. If the price is going down, they get fearful and they sell, right? And typically, if they have bought into something and the price just keeps going down, they are going to make a loss because it's completely driven by fear. And they have no personal interest in it. They are literally looking at a number, and all that matters to them is the number, right? Now, my personal strategy is to not look at numbers, okay? Because if I looked at numbers, I'd have been a very depressed person a long time ago. I'd probably be a recluse. I'd probably self-harm. I'd probably have an enormous amount of self-hate for myself, because if I just looked at price, a lot of the cryptocurrencies that I've invested in have gone down, and have gone down in some cases dramatically. But they have ended up making me a huge amount of life-changing money. Why? Because I am not ruled by fear, and I don't invest in something because I look at the price. I invest in something because, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why, but because I have a personal interest in that cryptocurrency. All right, and that can manifest in many forms. But ultimately, it allows me to view price as either pleasurable, i.e., it's gone up. So let's say conversions went to 20 cents tomorrow. I would be pleasurably looking at the price. And if the price goes down to 7 cents, I look at it as an opportunity to get more, because I have a personal interest in the platform, a personal interest in the vision, and have a personal interest in being part of its growth trajectory towards the mid-cap area. Now, being personally interested means that you have a connection, all right? Now, by connection, I don't necessarily mean that you are, what's the word? Tribalistic. If I look at the True, what is it? What's their names? True Bit. If I look at the True Bit community, essentially they've become like the Hex community, right? They are tribalistic. Anybody who talks bad about them, they will spread hate and vitriol on you. Like, that's disgusting kind of attitude. And I personally don't feel that by being personally interested in something, it should be to the extent that you're tribalistic. It should be to the extent that you want to support that vision. So by having a connection, and you will feel the connection, because when I tell you about it, you will feel, yeah, I like that, right? By being connected, it's a little bit like romantic relationships or even friendships, right? You have your acquaintances and you have your friends, right? Your friends tend to be on a deeper connection. You tend to keep in touch with them. You tend to tell them your thoughts and feelings. You tend to, kind of, be enthusiastic about them, like them, hold them in higher esteem than others, versus acquaintances, right? Acquaintances are, you maybe you have an acquaintance because, they help you with something, or they're just, I don't know, they're not really connected to you. You don't really care whether they're a friend or not. You don't really care if you never see them again or not. Now, the people who view cryptocurrencies the same way are the ones that tend to do best, okay? So the people who are able to invest based on a connection are therefore going to treat that cryptocurrency like they treat their friends. They stay up to date. They keep on top of news. They see what updates are coming up. They see where they are on roadmap items, the milestones, etc. And they are overall enthusiastic about the opportunity. Like, they're not going to be driven by price. So when people say, oh, Suppoman, what's your thoughts on Tidal and on Marshall and Convergence? Don't care if they're stagnant. I'm going to be showing you exactly why I don't care and should not care about cryptocurrencies being stagnant for an amount of time. Very, very shortly. But this connection is very, very important if you're going to do well in cryptocurrency, because if you're informed, that means that you are going to essentially be able to identify what's coming up that's going to add value to my cryptocurrency investment, or what is going to make it drop. So let's say there's a hack or something. If you are on top of the news, you are going to know whether something is likely to go down or not, and make a deduction there on whether you should stay. But really, it's having a connection. So let's move on to the next bit. Identify new and exciting solutions to pains. So a lot of people who are watching YouTubers, okay, so let's say BitBoy. I'm not going to pick on BitBoy, but let's imagine, he's got 11,000 people watching a live stream and he mentions a cryptocurrency, right? It will go bananas. People will invest in it simply because he has name dropped it, right? They don't invest in it because they care. Like, for instance, Crowny, right? How many, if you invested in Crowny, how many of you cared about rewards platform? Well, no one. No one gives a shite, right? DeFi has basically created in itself a rewards platform. You don't need a rewards platform, particularly one that looks naff. But you got involved in it, or potentially got involved in it, because BitBoy talks about it, and a lot of the people that are subscribed to BitBoy get in for that exact reason. They get into it, they ride it up, they sell it, they don't care, right? Now, that is not investing, that is trading, right? But people who invest with a similar mindset are going to lose. People who invest looking at the price and caring about the price are going to lose. So by personal interest investing, that enables you to identify new and exciting solutions to pains, because you listen to your heart, you listen to the feeling inside you that's created when you hear about a cryptocurrency. Now, when I personally looked at Convergence Finance, I fell in love. When I looked at Linear, I fell in love. When I looked at Matic, I fell in love. When I looked at Ethos, I fell in love, because they were new and exciting solutions to pains. And as far as I'm concerned, that feeling that you get within should potentially drive your investment decisions. It leads to the biggest growth. Okay, so a lot of people, what I've seen today is people saying, oh, you know, micro caps and low caps, they don't move, they're unprofitable, they don't move until the end of a market, etc., which is bollocks. Okay, so it gives you the biggest wins. Like, let's think about Ethereum right now. Okay, so Ethereum is great for wealth preservation, right? So if you have, let's say, $1,000, Ethereum will probably get to 10, maybe at absolute best case scenario, 12K at the end of this cycle. But let's say it goes to 10K, 3x. Wow, incredible. But anyway, if you are happy for a 3x investment at the end of a savage altcoin cycle, then, well, fine. But you may as well just go in the stock market, right? Like, cryptocurrency is about making life-changing gains, and you only make life-changing gains seeing something through from a trajectory from low cap to mid to large cap. You know, Matic is on that trajectory right now, and it's going to get to large cap status, in my personal opinion, and it's going to make me a hell of a lot more money. But I wouldn't really be interested in investing in Matic right now. Like, not right now. Like, the time was earlier, at the point that I have basically shared with you all my strategies of when to get in and the price points to get in, and that is where you're going to unlock the absolute life-changing gains and the best potential for your financial future. So if you want the biggest wins, then you will see something through its growth, and you will be able to go through its growth if you have a personal interest. Now, I have been so positive on Matic right since March 2019. And as a result of that, look where it's got me today, right? And I'm going to share that with you very, very shortly. But either way, you know, think about Shark Tank or Dragon's Den, which is basically these shows where you've got these rich investors and then you've got someone looking for investment, all right? You've got somebody who's got a great idea, maybe a bit of implementation, maybe got a business going, but ultimately they've got something potentially exciting. Now, dragons, when they look for two things. They look at what gains potential is their return on investment. Okay, fine. I mean, that is the name of the game ultimately, right? And that is something that you definitely have to consider. But the second thing they do is they relate their experience in whatever fields they have been in, whatever business problems they have felt. They see a solution that is being offered by somebody looking for investment. They're saying, right, we see this pain, we've identified the market size of this pain, and here's our solution. And the dragons are then, I identify with that. That's exciting, that's new, that's something I can be part of. And so what happens is not only have they got the personal connection then, but then they've also got, right, I want to see that through to growth. I want this, let's say, reggae sauce. You probably don't know it, probably not in your country. If you're from the UK, you will know it. But that was a Dragon's Den success story about a guy who had created a, like a Jamaican pasta sauce or whatever, called reggae sauce. And it went from being an idea to one of the best-selling condiments, or was anyway, one of the best-selling condiments in the UK. Why? Because a dragon had a potential, has a personal connection. They love that type of savoury taste. They wanted to be invested in it because they loved it themselves. And then they were able to make the money from it. So you have to see the potential yourself. You have to be personally either affected by the pain that the cryptocurrency you invest in solves, or you see that from a general point of view, that moving forward into the future, that the solution is going to solve a lot of people's pain when that pain comes up. So, for instance, convergence as an example, security-based tokens. How do you trade them? How do you profit from them? How are they used as a DeFi tool? It can't be at the moment, and that is essentially what convergence offers. So you have to predict it or be experiencing it yourself. And I'm going to show you examples in just a minute. And the end result of that is that you hodl, right? So the end result of having a personal interest is that you hodl, right? And why is that important? Well, because, like for instance, this week with Unmarshall releasing this kind of announcement about Google for blockchains, like before, like a few days ago when I talked about Unmarshall, I didn't even consider that angle, and it wasn't even an angle. But through the element of surprise, they've come up with a concept that is potentially going to make money, and is a surprise because you've held, and therefore you can be surprised by how they are trying to deliver value, not only to their business, but to you as an investor. Not everything is laid out on a plate right from the off. Like, you don't know that with a lot of cryptocurrencies you're investing in, you don't know what's coming up with in the future. You know what's on the roadmap, but you don't necessarily know if they're going to bring out something new. Like, look at PlayCent recently. Literally bought out a launch pad and it went up like 50% or 100%. You know, and that was a complete surprise and brilliant for all the people who anticipated the highs through hodling early. The end result is that you hodl, all right, through the negative parts. Because, come on, right, if cryptocurrency was easy, everybody would be doing it. But it only favors the people with big balls that take the risk and are happy to win and have a big win versus sometimes you may lose. All right, so let me just show you something, all right, where personal interest investing has won for me, and you will know it because I have experienced these all with you throughout my channel. So it can't be like I bring up a coin that you've never heard about, because all of these I have won from. So if we start from the beginning, Phantom, right? Now I invested in this at 0.007 cents, right? Now Phantom was between 0.003 and 1 cent for about a year. For about a year. Even a year and a half it was within that range. And then suddenly, boom, exploded in January. Right? To now its all-time high, 83 cents. I held on to it. It's a DAG infrastructure. The first DAG to offer staking. And that's why I liked it, because I'm in Hashgraph, but there was no staking of Hashgraph. And this was offering something exciting, new and unique. So I liked it, I talked about it, it offered good staking rewards, which I also talked about in another video. And despite it being stagnant for a year, people, right, this ended up being a 115x. I don't know if you can see. A 115x. And this is one of the lowest. Then next, Linear. Now, I brought you Linear before it even launched. And I brought you Linear all throughout it being anywhere between 0.005 cents to 2 cents. Like, there was a long period, like about 3-4 months. And considering that Bitcoin was moving up dramatically in that time, and we just had an alt season, like, it was stagnant for 3 months. And people were like, this is disappointing. Even I said, it is disappointing. But that didn't mean I'm going to sell it. You can be disappointed that the market hasn't yet seen its worth, but at the same time, but not be disappointed necessarily in it being a shit project related to price, right? So anyway, 0.003 cents. This ended up being 35 cents last month, right? Which ended it being a 100, I think that's the wrong way, a 116x. And this was in 6 months. I invested in this in September. I launched this to you before it even came out. And if you'd have gotten in any point during its launch, you would have made a humongous profit on this. So anyway, both of these coins have been stagnant and then ended up rising dramatically. Third, Ethos. I can't believe this is third on the list. But anyway, Ethos, right? Now, if you have been following me since 2017, you would have seen my whole trajectory with Ethos. Like, we now have the benefit of hindsight. We now know what to look for. But back then, like, you were kind of shooting in the dark because there wasn't a whole lot of data to go on, right? Now, I had my own personal strategy, which ended up being incredibly fruitful. And I explained it all in my ICO investing course, of which Ethos was within that course, like long-term opportunity course. And at the time that it came out, it was 5 cents. Now, I got all Team Suppo in at 5 cents. Not all, but anybody who had a personal interest in this, which they should have. Because Ethos is the definition of personal interest, in my opinion. Because I invested in this because as a teacher on Udemy, there were so many people saying to me, I can't buy cryptocurrencies on Coinbase. I can't directly buy cryptocurrencies with fiat, right? And the only cryptocurrency offering this as a value proposition was Ethos. So I had a massive personal interest in the pain it was solving. And therefore wanting to help them by investing in them to solve that pain. And that personal interest meant I got in at 5 cents and was able to leave it at $10 was what I left most of it at. So that was a 260x cryptocurrency based on personal interest. And you can see now Ethos, again, this came out in a bull market. This came out June 2017, right? And when it came out, it didn't explode. It went to 3 cents. Right, so it came out of ICO and was actually lower than the ICO price. It went down to 2.5 cents, 3 cents, and then it kind of climbed like very, very slowly. It wasn't until I brought out my Udemy course on Ethos that this went from like 5 cents to $1.30. Right, it changed it pretty much, and it got a load of people like bullish on it, and then it eventually like started moving into the awareness of other people, and then it grew up hugely. But if you have a personal interest in an early opportunity, even though it can be stagnant for some time, when the time comes, look at what happens. And then second place, Matic. Again, I got into this ICO. I got into this at 0.003. When this came out, it went back down to 0.003. Like, it started pretty much where I bought in at, right? And then it crept up, it was at 0.006. And then eventually, like 2 months later, it went up to 2.4 cents. And then it crashed dramatically to 1 cent again. And it remained stagnant for such a long time. Like, it was between 1 and 3 cents for basically 9 months or a year. It was between like 1 and 3 cents for a whole year, and then eventually 94 cents, right, which was achieved like a few days ago. 313x, people. Now again, I met Matic when I was in India, and I spoke to them, and I understood what they were trying to create, which was a scaling solution. Now, I saw they were hardworking. It was a bit easier for me to see the opportunity because I met them face to face. I thought they were very intellectual, very hardworking, guys. And when eventually the opportunity to invest in them came up, I was like, yeah, because I really like them and I really like what they are trying to do. And again, personal interest. Like, I was beating the drums of Matic and their scaling solution right from the off. And anybody who held, of which there are not many people sold. Many people who even talked to me and were bullish on it, sold. Right? And look what they missed. 313x. And then the last one, which you will definitely know of, BitMax. Okay, now I was able to get into this at 1 cent. Now this went very slowly at the beginning. Like a couple of months it was 1 to 3 cents. Then it went to 19 cents, then 34 cents, then back down essentially to 2 cents. Right? And it stayed like that for about a year again. Right? A year it was like that. So all these people saying, convergence 10 cents, it's been 10 cents forever. So what? Like the worst thing would be for it to go from 10 cents to 2 cents. Like that would be maybe alarm bells. But it's just stayed static, right? Now, BitMax, a lot of people will probably say, convergence is going to have a load of supply added to it. BitMax had tons of supply, had millions and millions added every week of BitMax was added, of circulating supply was added. And yet, it still went from 1 cent to $3.26, and thus being my best ever performer, 326x. And I sold some at its high. I sold most of it, I would say, I didn't sell all of it, you see. I only could sell a bit because most of it's locked up, as you'll probably know by now. But what I was able to sell, I sold a lot of it at 100 to 125x, and then had a little bit left over to sell at 300x, right? Now, the prices may have gone down of these, but that does not stop the low point and the high point and the selling in between, right? So, personal interest, people, it has essentially been responsible for each of these different things, right? Each of these different investments. And I would say that a lot of the cryptocurrencies that have done crap that I invested in are ones that I lost personal interest in. So you really have got to kind of go with your gut a lot of the time. Like, for instance, credits and quite a few others I lost personal interest in, right? Because either the team were untrustworthy, or because over time, whatever they were offering to the market became less and less unique, right? But ultimately, personal interest was to do with all of these going up. And you heard them all because in every video, particularly when these all came out, I was talking about them. So there we are, people. That is essentially what you need to do. So for all of those who say, oh, Suppoman, what shall I invest my $2,000 in and all that kind of thing? I'm never going to answer that question because that is essentially making you invest based on my personal interest. And that is not what I'm about. I'm not going to tell you what to invest in because you are not going to be able to hodl. You're not going to be able to have the faith, not have that personal interest, etc., etc. And you, as a result, are not going to be able to hodl. And in my opinion, the name of the game, in my opinion, is that I want to see a lot of projects make it through up to here. Okay, I want them to be these high market cap projects. All right, and that is my objective. I mean, look where Polygon is now, like rank 44 of all cryptocurrencies, and this was from 0.003 cents. And at the time, I could have invested in Dash, which was around about, at the time was about $100 or whatever. And I would have made 400, whereas I made 300x off this. So 4x versus 300x. So a lot of the people that say, oh, you should invest in mid cap, low cap. Well, yeah, if you do, it'll be preserving wealth. It won't be, it'll be preserving wealth. It won't accumulate wealth. All right. That's the difference. And so that explains my mentality. So those who say, oh, microcaps are high risk. Yeah, they are high risk. But at the same time, if you invest in good ones, and I take you through my methodologies, like for instance, I show you who is backing the cryptocurrencies. I show you why I believe the value proposition is particularly unique or exciting or likely to be a game changer. And I kind of reverse engineer my investments so that you can understand what has worked for me before, why I was able to get the big gains in Matic and Phantom and all of that. Now, some will be big winners and some may not be. Okay, so if I just pull up GBV investments, right? So Genesis Block Ventures, right? Genesis Block Ventures is looking to be like the next Pantera. Okay, but look at who they're invested in, okay? Look at who they're invested in. So Linear was one of their 100x projects, okay? Superfarm ended up being like a 100x for them as well because they got in at 2.5 cents. Convergence, they've not made a huge amount on Convergence yet. And all of these, the UC Chain Guardians, Konami, PlaySense, Shadows, Happy, Dow Ventures, like a lot of them are cryptocurrencies I've spoken about. So the smart money are in them. So if they lose, we lose if you're in these as well. But these guys are looking to be the next Pantera. They're looking to be the next Fenbushi. And so they're investing in low caps. You will see that there is not really much of a high to mid cap among them because they are looking to wealth accumulate as an investment arm. Okay, and same with a lot of these that are looking to be like the next big VC. If we have a look, let's have a look at Fenbushi. Let's have a look at Fenbushi and see who they are invested in. Now, these guys have been around for years. So a lot of these cryptocurrencies are like that are in the mid-cap area or large cap area. They have been in for years, but they are still speculating. In fact, to be honest, this is a bad example. Let's bring up Pantera. Maybe that'll be better. So Pantera are arguably amongst the best in the field, right? Ethereum, Filecoin, Terra, Zcash. These are all good coins, but look at the price levels of them. They are not going to have a high trajectory. They are going to have a trajectory, but it's not going to be like from here to here. For them, it's more like going to be from here to here, right? That is the trajectory. Like, they've already had the growth, and all the people that got in early are achieving the big gains. And all the people getting in late are just making the people who got in early richer. So what you need to do is you need to kind of go to the low end of the scale. I mean, look at who Pantera are in. They're in API 3, which we've covered. Power Trade, which we've covered. Meter Governance, which we've covered. Injective. You know, they have ridden the ladder up to wealth, and that's now what we do. But you won't see, in Pantera, you won't see Doge and shit coins like that. You won't see a lot of the suggestions I get that I say, that shit. You won't see them in these lists. You will only really see the good ones, right? Because all these guys, they want to make money. That is the name of the game, and these are the guys that are best at it. So you follow the smart money. But at the same time, if you've got a personal interest, like, it doesn't matter that all these guys are in Matic, right? If you don't have a personal interest in Matic, you won't hold for it to 300x. You will sell it. And then these guys that were bullish are going to make the 300x, right? So you use them as a basis of confidence and as something to take a little bit of a, a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? I suppose a little bit of confirmation bias from, but ultimately it is your own personal interest that's going to enable you to hold for the 300x's. It's not going to be anything else. You're getting a bulletproof price. I have recommended bulletproof prices for pretty much every single cryptocurrency you saw in the list I just showed you, but personal interest stopped people from hodling it. So that is what it'll come down to at the end of the day. Right, have I got any more super chats since the last one? Super, can you take a look into Globe DX? I have looked at Globe DX already. But thank you very much for the £2, Hero. I think that Globe DX is going to be one of the few launchpad tokens that I think could end up doing similar to Bitmax. RVP Revolution Populi. I'll have a quick look. I think I've seen it. I think it's... Is it like... I can't remember. Actually. But anyway, yes, people. So, like, even with things that could do well, like, for instance, B Pro, right? My personal take on B Pro is I hate it. I don't want to invest in crap like this. And as a result of it, I didn't. Blockchain database for the internet. $11 mil vol. 92. Oh yeah, I remember commenting because of the guy from Yale and the one from Goldman Sachs. But I didn't really, I don't. Layer 1 testnet. Too high in my opinion. Okay, lots of chats. So hold on. Okay, take a look at Walt Finance. I've looked at Walt Finance. Again, it's a bit of a crummy Binance launchpad. It never really amounted to anything. JMK Global, what's your thoughts on... Can I even say that word? Cummies. Very disruptive. I understand it's currently a mid-cap. Cummies. Really? This sounds very, very lewd to me. Oh my god. Ah, lunacy. Lunacy. Do I even want to go into the website? Is the question. How? 90 mil trade volume. Absolute madness. Very disruptive, is it? Like, what is disruptive about it? Deflationary token that can be used as a tipping messaging custom request sexting currency on our not safe for work content platforms. These include our brand new not safe for work NFT market. Oh man. Well, one has to make their own mind up on whether that is, if they have a personal interest in them. Oh, jeez. Have you heard of True? Seriously? Anyway, let's have a look and see how TrueBit is doing, to be fair. Let's see. Let's have a guess. 76 cents. No. Let's have a guess. Let's play this game. What do we think it is? Let's have your best guess. Don't look. Have your best guess. What do you think the price is? Your YouTube will be censored. I am very conscious that could happen. 72, 80, 89, 002, 67, 89. Interesting. Right, okay. Let's have another look. I said 76, didn't I? 76 cents. 71! Right, so who got that right? Somebody said that, didn't they? Katie for Wealth says 72. Did you look? Is the case. Right. Let's move on. Gross, this coin should die, says Android Fixer. Thoughts on ISOT and bulletproof price to enter? Thoughts on Ares? Ares, I think, is really promising. What is Ares doing? I'm waiting to get into Ares because after I brought you the video the other day, a lot of you guys decided to buy it, essentially. It was like 8 cents. You guys decided to put it out of my reach and take it up to like 14 cents. Oh my god! Well, I said it was going to happen, didn't I? I said it was going to happen. Oh, wow. Well, I wanted to get in a bulletproof entry and you guys just stopped me. You know, I thought you guys were my friends, essentially. Like, you did the same to me with Labs, the same to me with Tidal and a couple of others. And now you've done the same to me with Ares. Well, thanks a lot. But anyway, yes. But Ares, I think, is a really significant project in the Polkadot ecosystem. Like, I think it's one of those projects that if you really look deep, is actually very closely connected with Polkadot. So that's why I was very surprised this didn't come out at 40 cents. But now it's beginning to realize its true value. Suppo, can you look into Ethos? It's like a better theta. Come on. I doubt it. But what I will say about Ethos is that it's very good if you like theta-esque platforms. This is a low cap version. You know, a $63 million versus theta, which is in the billions. Let's see how this has performed, and let's have a look and see what entry points there are. Wow. Wow. Right, okay. Look at that. So this achieved its all-time low back when Bitcoin went to 44,000. Let me just have a look at Ethos IDO price. Let's have a look and see what that was. I bet it's like super low. 1 cent. Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, this is already... It's basically already 100x, so not at all of interest to me. However, what I have heard is that Mr. Beast has apparently invested in this. And Mr. Beast is one of the biggest YouTubers. As far as I'm concerned, he's not in theta. So this could, at the right time, could absolutely do well. But what I found is that a lot of cryptocurrencies in the content delivery area do not do very well. So let me just give you another example. Contentos, I think. Content Box is another one. Contentos has been around a few years now. This was one that I would definitely have expected to... This is one that I definitely would have expected to be in the top 100 by now. Let me just have a look and see who invested in Contentos. Rubobs. Why is this not loading up? Binance Labs. Binance Labs invested in these guys. And they're only 107. And this was a long time ago. Like, this has been... Let's go max. See how long this has even been out. Yeah, since 2019. May 2019. This has been out. A long, long time. And, yeah, it's... Wow. Yeah, so it's... so content delivery platforms do not do the best. But Theta is proof of concept. It's done very, very well. What is ISOT? There is no ISOT anyway. How come you're on so early? You watching the Chelsea game later? No, I don't like football, in all honesty. Would you ever risk waiting for $10 convergence from current price? It would equal roughly 7.5 billion market cap. Yeah, and that's considering its probably current token supply, not its future token supply. Well, I've already put convergence as a $2 this cycle. I'm not waiting for $10, I don't think, unless the narrative can carry through. But no, I'm probably going to sell. The best time to buy cryptocurrency is in despair. The best time to sell is in euphoria. The worst time to sell is during despair. So it's best to sell in euphoria, buy back down in despair, in my personal opinion. Like, even if you're really, really bullish on a project, like, everything goes down in bear markets. So once it comes out of euphoria, then that could be the time to get out. Doge Elon Mars is up 81%. Please explain. Dumb money. Simple. Sorry, IOST. IOST is too far gone. Like, what even is the point in IOST? Like 91. Well, I don't really know anything about IOST, to be fair. They've been around for a while. It's not really my thing. Okay, so I can't personally. All I would say is that based on, let's have a look at the last 30 days of activity. All I will say is that let's have a look at its latest low. Yeah, so it was 4 cents, 6 cents. This really took off in January. Let's have a look. Max time. Yeah, so this, very similarly, you know, all through last year was stagnant. Look, it was, if we just go back to June, 0.005, go throughout, it goes all the way into December, June to December, 0.005. So look, that was 6 months. And now it's 10x from that point, right? So it just goes to show that coins can be stagnant for a while, but once their time comes, our day will come. For Blue, he keeps saying standard protocol. Will you be doing a video on Plasm? Quite possibly, yes. Yes, but I think it's a long way off because I don't think that's going to be released for a while. But Blue, he keeps saying about it, standard protocol. Yeah, I nearly got into... Is that STP? I nearly got into STP a long time ago. But I dropped out. I could have got into it at 1 cent. Where is it now? This was a 1 cent at ICO, 8 cents. And that was 2 years ago. I thought it was a great sounding cryptocurrency, to be honest. At the time, it was ahead of its time, to be fair. It was like a synthetic assets platform way before synthetics. The trade volume and market cap are 1 for 1. But as far as I'm concerned, that is ridiculous. Is that really its market cap? It can't be. But STP were part of a big market making network, from what I understand. You know, that's kind of why you get into these things at private sale, because you know that they're going to fly. Wow. Well, look at this. The volume here says 19. It's such a stupid... that seems way more. Thoughts on refinable, not much happening now. Again, stagnation. No, don't... You know, if you don't like it, just sell it. You know, I don't. This is what I mean. It's like people ask, but really what they're saying is they're looking for confirmation. I don't look to me for confirmation. You should just be interested in accumulating if it gets cheaper, or just hodling what you've got, or selling it if you don't have a personal interest. But if you don't, you'll just be always asking the price question. Hey Suppo, buying from an IDO means you have the best entry price. Are there also cons to buy from an IDO? Not really. The only con is you don't get much of an allocation. See it. Yeah, RS is absolutely killing it. Thanks a lot, guys. Right. I think that is it, people. I think I've covered pretty much every single super chat. So make sure that you join the Telegram group, because it's the best Telegram group around. And I will continue to impart my knowledge. But I thank you all for being here, and I apologise if I don't acknowledge a lot of your chats. But thank you all for commenting. Smarks Killed Wrestling, Blue, David. You know, quite a few of you have been sending me messages, and of course I don't really get time to see them all. I can't, because I've really got to concentrate on the super chats. But no, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting me. So please check UFT coin, same team as Matix. UFT. Let's have a look at UFT there. Oh, Uniland. Isn't this already rocketed? I will feel I feel it. Rocket. Yeah. Got people are saying bye before I've even gone. Bye, Lindsay. Bye, Tiffany. Thank you, the Magnus goes his own way. I appreciate that. Please check Pro Starter. I always get that question, but it's not even bloody out. Oh, Uniland is now 26 mil. Yeah, is Pro Starter out? It's not out yet, is it? Yes, I see it. Why waste my time? Right, people. So, thank you for being here on this mega stream. I told you I'd have time today, and I did. Don't expect it all the time, so, you know, it's only on very select occasions. But, anyway, people, you have learnt today personal interest. So I don't really want to be hearing, Super, what shall I go into? It's got to come from you. That's the only way that you're going to hold. Right, people, love you all. You've been a brilliant audience, and I will see you next time. It is lights out, all out. Rocket, yeah.